Hey gang, welcome back. And if this is your first time here, my name is Jane and I'm so glad you're joining us. Today I've got a fresh new tutorial for you and this one is a real treat. We're making a granny hexagon called Meadow Blossom. It's an easy one and it has just 7 rounds. It makes a great project if you're fairly new to crochet. It uses mostly basic stitches and I'll walk you through the petal shapes which are made using a double crochet cluster, perfect for creating that floral look. So if you haven't tried clusters before, this is a great intro I walk you through step by step. I'll be working this one up in bright colors since that's the version you voted for in my YouTube community poll, so thank you for that. I'll be using 6 colors today: Cornsilk by Red Heart with Love, Lettuce, also Red Heart with Love, Faded Brick by Caron 1 pound, Cerise by Line Brand Pound of Love, White, also Line Brand Pound of Love, and Violet by Impeccable from Michaels. I'll be using a 5mm crochet hook and you will also need a pair of scissors and a darning needle for weaving in your ends. I do that as I go and I'll be showing you that along the way. This one is a great floral piece and super fun with all these colors, so grab your yarn and hook and let's get started. So taking a look at the hexagon we're working on, we're going to start with this nice Cornsilk yellow in our center, and it's all double crochets and chain ones. We're going to start with our magic ring. We're going to lie our yarn across our palm with our cut end facing us. Hold it in place with your thumb and wrap it around your first 2 fingers, underneath, and cross it over, holding it in place again, and then wrapping it over your 3 fingers and holding it in place with your baby finger. Take your hook, go under the first and over the second, pull it through, twist it onto your hook, reach over to the one over your 3rd finger and hook that yarn and pull it through. That's your first chain 1. Holds the magic ring in place and you can pull your fingers out. We're ready to start round 1. We start with a chain 4. So we already have a chain 1 here. So chain 3 more. So 1, 2, and 3. So we have a total of 4 chains. The first 3 represent the first double crochet. And then we have our chain 1 space. Work a double crochet by wrapping the yarn around your hook into this ring right here. And chain 1. So we have our first, what represents our first double crochet and a chain 1, and then we have an actual double crochet and a chain 1. We want 12 of these total in this ring. So keep working a double crochet, chain 1 until you have a total of 12, including this chain stitch beginning. When we have a total of 12 and we end with a chain 1, we're ready to cinch up our ring. Take your cut end and placing your thumb and finger at the base of this last stitch, pull on the cut end and your ring will cinch up. Pull it gently but firmly, and you want this hole to cinch up. It doesn't have to be super tight, but you want it to be closed fairly well. Now we're ready to join our round. You want to join in the 3rd chain of this beginning chain 4. So you want to go into the 3rd, 1, 2, 3, insert your hook, yarn over and do a slip stitch, and that completes round 1. We're going to cut our yarn about 3 to 4 inches and pull it through. And now I work my ends in as I go. Using my darning needle, I will place this end we just pulled out onto my darning needle. I take it down into the next stitch, so it's really the chain 1 space I'm going into, but through the center of that stitch. Let's pull it in here. So I'm going to go right into the center of that stitch, pull it through, and then I come back up in the stitch behind it, pull it through, and that gives it a little extra loop and it secures it. Now I will just go through the back loops only. As far around as I feel comfortable, I can go all the way around. I get as many on there as I can. It kind of distorts my ring, but that's okay. I will bring it back out. Pull that through and then pull it all back out into a nice circle. Your center is going to come out because it's not darned in yet. Well, it's not going to fall out. It's just going to loosen a bit. And we have this much left. I can continue to darn that in or I can cut it. And I started back here. So I'm halfway around my ring. I am going to be working over this. So that is another secure. And I usually find that's enough. So I'm going to cut it. Now this center piece that kind of slipped a little there, I'm going to work that in next. Putting it onto my darning needle, I will take the needle and keep going in the same direction. See how it comes out of here? It's been coming in this direction to pull it. I will keep going in that same direction until I have it cinched where I want it. So keep giving it little snug little pulls. And this can remain as open as you want it to. It doesn't have to be super tight. You can have a little bit of a space there. I go around probably 2 more times, really. Now at this point, I find it stays in place, so I will be cutting mine. If you have a slippier yarn, a thinner yarn, or you don't trust it, turn it around and go back in the other direction. And make sure you don't go right out where you came there or you'll just pull out what you just did. Go over one and go in the other direction at least once. That will give you extra security, but I haven't found I need that. So if I can cut steps where I don't need them, then that's what I do. And there is round number 1 completed. Coming back to our hexagon, I will forever call it a square. We are working round 2 in this green, and it's all single crochet chain 1, so it's really just a nice accent before we hit our petals. Round number 2, I'll be using this lettuce color, a nice bright green. We start in any one of the chain 1 spaces, so you can start anywhere you want. I join with a single crochet stitch, so I wrap the yarn around, holding it at the back with my finger, wrapping it once around the hook, insert into any of the chain spaces, and I also go under the cut end at the back, pull up a loop, and complete my single crochet. That's a standing single crochet. I have more detailed tutorials on my standing stitches on my channel. Next will be a chain 1. I'm going to work my yarn in as I go. And that's it. So now we do single crochet in the next chain space, chain 1. Single crochet in the next chain space, chain 1. This is how we're going to work all the way around. When we've completed this, we will have 12 single crochets and 12 chain 1 spaces, just like round number 1. So we're just keeping it nice and tight and secure. Not tight tension-wise, but the square itself is not going to be flaring out or increasing on this next round because the following round we're going to have those petals. And as I've mentioned in some of my tutorials, when you have a round that increases a lot, it's good to do a round either before it or after it that doesn't do any increasing at all. It balances out your square. So let's continue with round number 2. We're going to do single crochets in the chain spaces and chain 1s. I'm going to continue to work around. You can crochet along with me and we'll meet back here to finish off the round. So we worked our way around. We have 12 single crochets and 12 chain 1 spaces, ending with this chain 1. We're going to slip stitch in that first single crochet. So insert your hook into the first single crochet of the round and just work a slip stitch to join that. Then we're going to cut our yarn and darn it in. Some people ask me, what's the difference between doing an invisible versus a slip stitch? Usually when I end with a chain, I do a slip stitch because I actually find it's just as easy. It doesn't show. Whereas in the invisible, if there's 2 solid stitches beside each other, it actually does show when you do a slip stitch. That's when I use the invisible join. So I'm giving you both options here. This time we're just doing the slip stitch join, pulling my yarn through, and then I always work my end in. It's actually become such a habit that it doesn't take that much extra time, and they're all darned in when I'm done my square. I go down into that first stitch of the round, back up through my slip stitch, which is kind of the last stitch of the round. And then I work in the back loops only. Again, as far around as I feel comfortable, I go at least halfway because they will be worked over in the next round, which gives them added security. I use a lot of acrylic yarns because that's what's really handy to me. I live close to a lot of department stores and Michael's, so I do a lot of acrylic yarns, and they stay in place pretty good because they do have a tendency to fuzz a little bit, and that works to your advantage because that itty bitty bit of fuzz that happens, it's like Velcro. It links onto the yarn that's already there, and it is less likely to slip out. So as you wash it, use it, it would be the equivalent of felting, except it's not wool. Really, felting is generally 100% wool, but it does felt in its own way, and it works to your advantage. So I'm going to clip that end, and we are done round 2. Moving on. Coming back to our square, round number 3, we're doing in this orange color, and it's all petals that are created by the double crochet clusters. So this part really stands out. In some of the squares I've worked in, I do this in white so that you get this nice white flower. But today we're doing heavy color. We're going all out bright. So I'm staying with color in this one. Round number 3, I'll be using this orange. I think it's called Faded Brick color. We are going to start in any chain space. Pick any one of these chain spaces, and we're just going to do a slip stitch. So inserting our hook and pulling up a loop. Then we're going to chain 2, 1 and 2. This is the beginning of our beginning double crochet cluster. Usually double crochet stitches are represented by a chain 3, but since we're working 3 double crochets together, I find the chain 2 just blends in better. So I start with a chain 2 on this double crochet cluster of 3 double crochets. This is our beginning double crochet cluster, so it's a little different than the regular ones. So we have our chain 2, and now we're going to work a double crochet, but we're just going to do the first part of it. So yarn over, and I'm working my yarn in as I go. Back into that same space, pull up a loop, so you have 3 loops on the hook, pull through 2, and leave 2 on there. Then we're going to do that again. Yarn over, insert into the same chain space, pull up a loop. Now you have 4 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through the first 2. You now have 3 loops left on the hook. We are going to work our yarn in, so I'm going to bring it up across. Yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. This is a beginning double crochet cluster. Next will be a chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. Double crochet cluster in the next chain space. So this is a full double crochet cluster that we're doing next. We go to work a double crochet, and we pull through the first 2 loops and leave 2 on the hook. Yarn over, insert into the same chain space, pull up a loop. You have 4 on there. Yarn over, pull through 2, and now you have 3. Yarn over, go back into that chain space again and pull up a loop. We have 5 loops on the hook this time. Yarn over, pull through 2, only 2 of them. And now we're left with 4 on your hook. We will yarn over. I'm going to work this in a little bit more here, so just bring it up before I do that. Yarn over and pull through all 4 loops on the hook. That is a regular double crochet cluster worked with 3 double crochets. You can do this with 2 or more, but this is a 3 double crochet cluster. And now we chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. I'm just going to leave my end there. We will be working double crochet clusters in the chain spaces and chain 3s in between. So when you're done, you will have 12 double crochet clusters, including this beginning one, and 12 chain 3 spaces. Let's do another one, and then I'll continue on, and you can just work with me. So we're going to work as we're going to do a double crochet. So yarn over the hook, insert into the next chain 1 space, and pull up a loop. Yarn over and just pull through 2, leaving that last loop on the hook. Yarn over, insert into that chain space again, and pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through just 2. So now you have 3 left on the hook. Yarn over, insert into the chain space one more time, and pull up a loop. Yarn over and pull through just 2. Now you have 4. Yarn over and pull through all 4. There's your cluster, chain 3. So you can see what we've done here. We're going to continue to work this only in the chain spaces all the way around. You can work with me, and I'll meet you back here to finish off the round. And here we are back at the end of the round. We have 12 of these double crochet clusters and 12 of these chain 3 spaces, and we ended with a chain 3. So we're going to work a slip stitch join because I'm ending with chain stitches. You want to go into the top of this beginning double crochet cluster. So the top is lying right here, these 2 stitches right here. You slip the hook under there, pull up a loop, and pull it through the one on the hook. And that's your slip stitch join to end the round. So we're going to cut our yarn 3 to 4 inches, pull it through, put it on your darning needle, and we're going to do it the way we did before. You go down into the next stitch in front of it, back up through the one behind it. That gives you that extra little loop of security. And then we go back loops only. We don't need to go halfway around this time. We're getting bigger, but I would say go as far as you feel comfortable. The further in it is, if it starts to slip out or One thing I find is when I give them away to people and I tell them they can machine wash them delicate, because that's what the yarn says you can do, I do say you can snip off any stray ends, but be careful you don't snip them off all the time, because as you snip them off, they'll get shorter and shorter, right? So you want to keep that in mind, that they may snip off a few of the strays. So you got to give them enough room that if they're snipping them off frequently, you don't want them to eventually snip it right back to the base. Like I said, hopefully they'll hook in and they won't do that anymore. I mean, it's crochet. There's always going to be some kind of flair. It's kind of the charm of handmade crochet items, right? So I'm going to clip off the ends. I'm going to leave that one there because it'll just get worked in. And that is the end of round 3. Now that we have our flower section done, we're moving on to this nice frame, and this is where the hexagon comes into place. Because up until there, we haven't done any shaping. Now we're going to do shaping, and we're putting in 6 corners to create the hexagon, all double crochet stitches. Round number 4, we're going to be working with this nice hot pink color, and round 4 will all be double crochets and chain spaces. So just so you know, good old-fashioned granny square stitch, basically. The double crochet groups, not clusters this time. Pick any one of these chain 3 spaces. So I like to rotate it a bit so my ends are not always in the same place. So pick any one of these chain 3 spaces. That's where you're going to start, and you're going to pull up a loop. So just hold on to it at the back there so it doesn't fly out. And we're going to start with a chain 3. So I could do a standing double crochet here. I'll show you both. So we would do chain 3. This would represent your first double crochet, and then we would continue on. And now I'll show you the standing double crochet option. Holding the yarn at the back, I wrap it around the hook twice, insert into the chain 3, but do not go under. Hold that to the side. See how the cut ends over here? Don't want to work over top of it. Yarn over and pull up a loop. You have 3 loops that are very vicarious on here, so do not let go of that, or it'll all unwind. Yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. There's your standing double crochet, and you're still holding on back here because it will unwind on you, and you want to work it into the next double crochet. So we have 1 here. We want to work a second one in the same space. Go under the cut end and your working yarn. Go into that same chain 3 space and do a double crochet. Oh, and when you have 2 on the hook there, just bring that end back up. That one can get complicated when you're working your end in. So ultimately what you want is 2 double crochet in this first chain 3 space, and this can be a chain 3 as well. Whatever works best for you. 2 double crochets. Chain 1. Into the next chain 3 space, we work 3 double crochet. And they are 3 separate double crochet this time, not a cluster. See how they're all separate stitches? And then a chain 1. Into the next chain 3 space, we're going to create one of our corners, and that's going to be a double crochet, 2 double crochet actually, 2 double crochet, chain 2, and 2 more double crochet in that same chain 3 space. And remember, we're working a hexagon, so our corners don't need to be as sharp because there's going to be 6 of them. And these are pretty short, so you keep hitting them, right? Like we only have this one group in between, and we hit another corner. Chain 1. Now 3 double crochet in this next chain 3 space. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1. Now we have another corner. 2 double crochet in the next chain 3 space, only ever working in the chain 3 spaces. Chain 2, and 2 double crochet again into the same chain 3 space. That's another corner. Chain 1. 3 double crochet in the next chain 3 space. Chain 1, and we're back to the next corner. So let's just take a look at what we've done here. This is half of a corner where we started. There's your 3 double crochet that represents a side, and then our corner is 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, then we do a chain 1, then we have 3 double crochet, and that's another side, and then a chain 1, and then we have another corner, which is 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, and then again, we just keep doing this, so we'll have 6 sides and 6 corners. So we'll continue on. I will continue crocheting just like this. You can follow along with me. I'll go quiet, and then I'll meet you back here and we'll finish off the round. So we finished with our side and we're doing another one of our corners. Remember, there's always a chain 1 in between this 3 double crochets and each corner has chain 2. Now when we've worked our last 3 double crochets and done our chain 1, we're back to this chain 3 space and we want to work the other half of this corner. 2 double crochet in that same chain 3 space we joined in, chain 2, and we're going to slip stitch to join our round because I ended with chain stitches. That's what I do. So you have to find the top of that double crochet, either the standing double crochet top, or if you did the chain stitch, can't get into the top of that double crochet. If you did the chain 3, then you want to slip into the 3rd chain of the beginning chain 3. And you just want to slip it in place. That will join your round. We'll cut our yarn 3 to 4 inches, pull it through, and we'll work that yarn in the same way we did with all the others. You'll go down into the stitch, back up, and then just along the back, and we'll be ready for the next round. In the beginning of our last 3 rounds, which are all single crochet, I'm going to add in my white here because I'll be joining these hexagons with white and I need that space to breathe. There's a lot of color going on, so it's nice to have a neutral in there, and since I don't have it in the flower or the center, I put it in one of these rounds. Then I do some color and then I'll be joining it with the white. So round 5, I'm going to work with this white, which is very white on my white background, but there's lots of color here. This whole round is going to be single crochets and chain 1s, and in the corners will be single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. But we're not going to be working, sometimes we'll be working in stitches and sometimes we're going to be skipping. So I will work you through this whole round. So there'll be a lot of repeating. So if you get the hang of it in the first little part there, just go ahead on your own. But I am going to walk you through the whole round, telling you when to skip and when to work a stitch. Because this one can get confusing where to work. There's only 3 more rounds and they're all single crochet, chain 1. So once we get past this one, they'll make more sense. Taking your white, I'm going to do a standing single crochet in one of the corner chain 2 spaces. Any one of them will be fine. You can also slip stitch, chain 1, and single crochet. It does the same thing. So we have our single crochet in any one of these chain 2 corners. Chain 1. We're going to skip our first double crochet here. and we're going to work into our second double crochet. Single crochet, chain 1. Skip the chain 1 space and work into the first double crochet of the set of 3. Work a single crochet and a chain 1. Skip the second double crochet stitch and work into the third one with a single crochet and chain 1. Skip over the chain 1 space and work a single crochet into that first double crochet of the corner. Chain 1. Skip this next double crochet and work a single crochet into this chain 2 space, chain 2, and work a single crochet into that same chain 2 space, and that is our corner. And now we have our first edge done. We're going to continue to do that across each of these edges. Chain 1, skip your first stitch, single crochet in your next stitch. Chain 1, skip the chain 1 space, single crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1, skip your next stitch and single crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1, skip the chain 1 space and single crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1, single crochet, chain 2, single crochet in this chain 2 space. Ready for our next edge. Chain 1. Skip your first stitch, single crochet in your next stitch, chain 1. Skip the chain 1 space, single crochet in the next stitch, chain 1. Skip the next stitch, single crochet in the next stitch, chain 1. Skip the chain 1 space, single crochet in the next stitch, chain 1. Skip the next stitch and work your corner, single crochet, chain 2, single crochet in that chain 2 space. We've now worked 3 edges. We're going to continue on. Chain 1, skip the first stitch, single crochet in the next. Chain 1, skip the next chain 1 space and single crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1. Skip the next stitch, single crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1. Skip the next chain 1 space, single crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1. Now work your corner, single crochet, chain 2, single crochet in that chain 2 corner. Chain 1. Skip your first stitch and single crochet in your next stitch. Chain 1. Skip this chain 1 space and single crochet in the first stitch of your 3. Chain 1. Skip the next stitch and single crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1. Skip the chain 1 space, single crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1. Skip the next stitch and work your corner, single crochet, chain 2, single crochet in the chain 2 space. Working across our final edge. Chain 1, skip the first stitch, single crochet in the next stitch, chain 1. Skip the chain 1 space, single crochet in the next stitch, chain 1. Skip the next stitch, single crochet in the next stitch, chain 1. Skip the next chain 1 space, single crochet in the next stitch, chain 1. Skip that final stitch, and now you're back to where you joined, single crochet in that same chain 2 space, chain 2, and slip stitch in your first single crochet. You've made it all the way around, and you have your single crochet chain 1s in place. Cut your yarn 3 to 4 inches and work that end in the way that we've done with all the others. Green, green, the grass is green. Not with our green. We're not working with green. Our second last round is this purple. It also is a single crochet chain, and see how it kind of works its way in there. It's almost like an accent because you're going to do the next one as well. We only have 2 more rounds to go, and round 6 is going to be with purple. So we're going to join in any one of these corner chain 2 spaces, and I join with a standing single crochet. And now all of our chain spaces are in place, so this round's a lot easier. The square gets easier as we go. Chain 1, single crochet in the next chain space. Chain 1. Single crochet in the next chain space. Chain 1. Single crochet in the next chain space. Chain 1. Single crochet in the next chain space. Chain 1. Single crochet in the next chain space. Chain 1, and we've reached the corner. Our corners are going to be a little different. They're just going to be single crochet, chain 1, single crochet. In this chain 2 space, single crochet, chain 1, and single crochet, all into that chain 2 space. And we're ready to work down our next edge. Chain 1, single crochet in the next chain space. Chain 1. Single crochet in the next chain space. Chain 1. Single crochet in the next chain space. Chain 1. Oh, that end just wants to be in everything. I'm going to go ahead and cut it off now. Is it ever curling up into my work? There. Away you go. Single crochet in the next chain space. Chain 1. And single crochet in the next chain space. Chain 1. Now let's work into our corner. Single crochet, chain 1, single crochet. Each edge is going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 single crochets, 6 chain 1 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you have your corners, single crochet, chain 1, single crochet. As I move outward on this hexagon, I decrease the number of stitches at the corner because I find if I don't, it kind of flares out and my corners get wonky, basically. So I only have one more, and on that next one, I'm not even going to be working a corner, so you'll see how it kind of lays flat. We're going to continue around, and you're always going to do a chain 1, single crochet in the chain space till you get to the corners. Each corner will have a single crochet, chain 1, single crochet. Then you continue on, chain 1, single crochet in the chain spaces. We're going to work it all the way around, and you can work along with me. I will meet you back here to end the round. It's a nice simple one, so we can do this one together, and it won't take long. When we worked across that last edge and we reached the corner that we started in, we work a single crochet into that corner, chain 1, and slip stitch into that first single crochet, and that ends our round. We clip our yarn, pull it through, and work it in just like we've done all the others. And then our final round is going to be the green. So it again is single crochet, chain 1, and I'll show you how these corners, I do them so that they don't flare out. And I am mirroring this green right here back out on the final round. Just a little design choice there. We start with a standing single crochet in a corner, right into that chain 1 space in the corner. and chain 1. This entire round will be single crochets in chain space and chain 1, the whole thing. We're not making anything special in the corners. So let's go ahead here. Working into the next chain space, we single crochet, chain 1, single crochet in the next chain space and chain 1. And we're going to work that way until we get to the next corner. And I'll show you what I mean when I say we don't do anything special in the corner. So as I reach the next corner, what I'm going to do is just work a single crochet in that chain space, chain 1, and move on to the next edge. So only one stitch goes into that corner, and then we continue down the next edge. So I'm just going to show you here what we've been doing. You go back and take a look at that. We only worked one single crochet in that corner. So as the hexagon moves outwards, I am pulling the corner in, because I have found in the past that if I continue to work this corner, I get this point here, and it's like the edges get warped, like they go down and out to the point, and then the next one goes down and out to the point, which could be a design shape you're looking for, but it's not the one I'm looking for. So I want these to lay flat. So I just keep decreasing the number of spaces there until it comes right down to this single crochet. So that's what we're going to do all the way around. No special stitches, just single crochets in every single chain space. So when we get to this next corner, we do the same thing. Single crochet in that chain 1 space, chain 1, and keep moving on. So this is what I'm going to do all the way around, so you can follow along with me, and I'll meet you back here, and we will finish off our square. Hexagon, square thing. So we've come back to our last corner, worked our last single crochet chain space. And now we don't work again into that. We just slip stitch into that first single crochet to join our round. We'll cut our yarn, which I've already done because I did this demo and forgot to hit record. So doing again, and I've already cut it, and then you pull it through, and then I'll work it in the way that I worked it in before, and that will complete our hexagon. Let's just take a look at this hexagon that we just did in a project where it's going to get joined. And this is why I use these corners the way I do. See how they lie nice and flat? When I do these rounds, then there'll be some spaces in here that will kind of create that nice fit. But if these were kind of pointy, these would stand out, like they would stick out like this. And it would give me this three-dimensional texture that I don't want. This is why I do the corners the way that I do, because they're going to be added into a project with this join as you go method, and they fit beautifully and flat. So there's no little bumps that you have to block out or anything like that. And that's it for the Meadow Blossom Granny Hexagon. I hope you had fun making this one with me. It's such a cheerful little piece, and there's lots more coming your way with this design. I get asked a lot about half hexagons to go with these full ones, so yes, I'll be doing a tutorial for that next. I'll be using it in a blanket pattern. with the calm, cool blues and greens. And I'm also going to walk you through the join as you go method for that blanket. It's a little bit different than the squares, obviously, but I figured it out how to use it for the hexagons in rows. And if that's not enough, I've got a simple pillow project plan because I wanted to do something with the bright colors as well. So we're going to make those into a pillow, which you could also use as a fun trivet. So whether you're up for a full blanket, quick cushion, or just playing with color, there's so much more to come. And if you're enjoying the color tips and want more behind the scene peeks, swatch combos, layout ideas, come and join me in the Colorful Creators over on my Patreon. I'd love to have you there. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.